Hey, good morning. My name is Chris,
I'm Ricky.
and today we're going to be talking about multiple different situations for attitude and how consumers are affected by that.
So, what do y'all think attitude is?
What I came up with is the feelings a person portrays towards someone or something. So, like their thoughts, feelings, and emotions that just are for something or someone.
I also say it had to be their actions too, their actions towards something, because if someone has a bad attitude, it's kind of like they might have like a bad behavior towards that person.
Mm-hmm. Anything quick?
Just someone's behavior.
Yeah, definitely.
I think it has to do with their emotions and stuff that motivates them too. You know, that kind of puts their attitude in for the day and what their perceptual concept on things too. So, but the three components of attitudes is cognitive, affective, and behavioral. So, what do y'all think about that?
Well, all of them are linked up. Like to change one of them, you have to change the other two because it's like a triangle, and what you do for one, it affects the other. So if you want to change cognitive, which is your thinking, you would go for the emotions.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like the affective has their feelings or emotions into it, and cognitive has their beliefs. Like it's like you said, like it's all connected together and like how they feel about something, right? And like their behavior goes with it too. Like how they're gonna act about something transfers to how they feel, and that transfers to how they believe. You know, like it's just like a triangle like you put on the board.
Definitely.
It all connects.
One will set one thing off and then another, and it always goes around. Yeah. Next, we have the elaboration likelihood model, which
that is
I looked up is.
In the book, it says it's the theory about how attitudes are formed and changed under varying conditions of involvement.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what that is, and the model is that.
Yeah, when I was looking it up, it was two different routes that can be persuaded. So if someone tells you something and gives you a message to persuade you, you're going to take it and changing either your beliefs immediately, or you're going to change your thought process immediately, and then link it up to, you're going to see all the different types of reasonings for that to change your perception or your ideas of that either product or service, if that's what they're trying to sell you or persuade you in, or the other way, you're going to change your attitude towards it immediately. And those two different routes are either your central route, and then I think it was the peripheral route, or persuasion
route.
It all starts with a discussion too, like I guess discussion.
Yeah.
Like saying something, and then it splits off.
It talks about how the Elm suggests high involvement is the key to everything. Like you have to be involved in the product and the message and the decision and everything. So,
yeah, I found that to be very.
Why do y'all think people resist change?
This is a big thing that I was actually really interested in. How, we were talking about needs last week, and mainly it's because they don't have security. They think they're in a loss of control. They think there's going to be more work if there's change, and there's uncertainty. So people don't like that. They don't like uncertainty. They like security. They like safety. So that falls into their needs, and I believe that's a really big attitude change of why they won't move to do something new, because they want to be safe and secure in this bubble.
Yeah,
Get out of it.
The book has a good example. It talks about how an almond commercial, they talk about how almonds are healthy for you, but the consumer says, of course I know almonds are healthy for you, and they're just trying to sell me the product. Like, of course they want to tell me that. But the product also backs up with a health ad and about the American Heart Association and scientific research to actually claim, like, facts about it. And so that kind of helps you with, like, if you knew you were getting stuff like that's healthy for you from research, you're going to, like, believe it more, right? So that's how you help resist change.
It's kind of like what. Go ahead. kind of what you said with the needs, like the 6 human needs, one of them was security, and like what you said right there, how they like facts and stuff, so they know that they don't just want to take a risk on something that might not help them.
Exactly. Yeah.
Also, I was thinking like maybe if I'm used to the old Windows and the new one comes
Oh
out.
yeah. Okay.
I'm used to the old one. I'm afraid if I install the new one, I'll be able to figure it out. So,
Yeah, that change is more work, right? You're trying to learn this whole new stuff. Yeah, definitely. That's a
I
big
didn't
thing.
read this anywhere, but I kind of think that another factor to it is that you couldn't go back to it. Like if you change something, there's a chance that if you don't like it, you can't go back to what it was like. Like what you said, like once you download the new Windows, you can't get the old one back. So it's the fear of you kind of like messing up one of your choices, like going
You're
on the wrong
losing
path.
something that you liked and cared about, I guess. In that sense. But.
Alright, so what are the characteristics in humans that you think influence change? Like, they talk about source credibility and the source characteristics, about how if you think the source is trustworthy and the expertise of that source are valuable and liable, it'll help you really. It's a big characteristic to influence your attitude.
If a source is credible, it's more likely that someone's going to believe in that and the fact. So then they're like, oh, it's got to be healthy for you, for example, in health terms. So then I must buy it because it's going to help me. It's going to benefit me. They're telling me the truth, Credibility in doctors, scientists.
There's also celebrity source. It's kind of that goes with characteristics by saying everyone kind of wants to be popular and like fit in and be well known, and that's just the characteristics of that influences people a lot, like celebrities and what they do.
It kind of makes you trust it too, also, because if you see like Mike Trout's wearing like new cleats of Mike Trout cleats and he's like hitting bombs, running fast, you kind of like, wow, I think I could do that since he's doing it. He's a celebrity. Yeah.
I'm supposed to think of emotion. I don't know if it's right, but like emotion. If you're always laid back, you don't care about change.
Yeah.
So you can have more of a passive attitude.
You don't care.
So you're saying it kind of depends on the person.
The person's emotions.
Yeah.
And then it talks about the characteristic of sponsorship. Like, if you see like the Olympics are sponsored by a product, you're gonna naturally think like, that's a good product. They can sponsor this huge event of the Olympics, so. Or like the college bowls, like the Tostitos bowl, like that has to be a good chip. They're sponsoring a huge college bowl. So.
Yeah, the bigger the name and product that's out there on those big tournaments, like you say, all those things. I think that really influences and persuades people.
Yeah.
It's like Nike.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
everyone wants to wear Nike just because it's Nike.
Yeah. So basically, I feel like the belief people have in something.
Yeah. That goes back to also, I forgot the name of it, but how someone feels towards a certain product, and then they stay with that, and they're only with that product. Brand loyalty, yeah.
Alright, what about framing, guys?
Alright, so framing, we talked about this earlier. So it's basically how someone is trying to persuade an audience of however they want them to perceive themselves. So I'm trying to persuade you to see the situation that's negative into a positive. So I'm trying to frame it in a different light.
And Laura was saying how Mr. Weber was talking about Donald Trump. How he kind of frames the audience to like kind of twist the thing around someone else says into like how he wants it to help him out, right?
Yeah, he kind of twists it to where you view it the same way he does. Like, it could be something you don't believe in at all, or something that you think is totally wrong, but he'll twist it and manipulate it in a way that you would be like, oh, I guess that isn't that bad. Like, I don't really have an example at the top of my mind, but framing could also mean, like, shaping, like you're shaping it.
Okay, now what about appeals? Several different advertising appeals.
Okay.
Well, there's a lot, actually,
Oh, yeah.
but some of the main ones would be emotional appeal, which could go with personal, social,
Fear,
humorous. Humor, yeah,
Humor,
that's
right.
all part of the emotional appeal. And there's also,
Music.
yeah, there's more. There's a music appeal, there's a rational appeal, brand appeal, like I said with Nike,
Okay.
adventure, romance, youth,
Yeah, it talks about value expressive and utilitarian appeals too.
So these are a lot of different categories that fall into how your
Like
emotions
for-
can like really appeal to it.
Yeah, like for example, a fear appeal. The book talks about how an ad or a commercial says how two people are. The guy says, "I woke up in the hospital. Patty never woke up," and it describes how carbon monoxide poisoning caused a tragedy. And the ad was for a carbon monoxide alert detector. So like it's like, oh my god, I could die, and this could happen to me. Like it kind of puts fear in you, and it'll make you want to buy it.
Yeah.
Same thing goes with humor. Like if you see something that's funny and it made you laugh, and like you needed to laugh about it, you're naturally gonna be like, you know what, I kind of like that ad.
I think it makes you think of the ad more. Like if it's funny, you go around and talk about, hey, have you seen that really funny new ad? Look it up on YouTube or something. It's really funny. And then also another ad is for the emotional. Is the one with the, where they sing like in the arms of the angel, and it's like really sad.
Oh yeah. That's
really,
like all of the sad stuff.
and
Yeah.
it makes you really sad, and that makes you like feel really bad, so you want to help out.
Have you guys seen that that ad of the gum? I'm not sure what type of gum it is, but there's the wrappers and everything, and then the guy draws it over his lifetime with his girlfriend, and then it's like posted on the frames.
And then he like proposes.
Yeah,
it's like what gum is that? It's
But
like very well known ones, like
yeah,
it's like one of the main ones.
but that it falls into the type of emotional appeal, I would assume, right? The type of connection, a feeling, more like romantic,
Yeah,
right?
that'd be a romantic.
And then a value expressive appeal is kind of built to build a personality for a product, and it creates an image of the product user. So it kind of like matches who it's trying to sell to. And the utilitarian, it appeals to the consumer and like its benefits. And it says that utilitarian appeals are kind of effective for products that have, what did it say? Yeah, value expressive appeals is for self-image, is what it says.
Okay.
Because how it meets the other person's image. Like maybe makeup or something else, like athletic or, like more of a game person. So stuff like that.
Everyone's certain type of personality that fits with how they want to be or look. Okay.
All right, so let's solve the problem. Now, how will we discuss a strategy to change the attitude of a professor who's reluctant to use technology in the classroom?
All right.
I'd start by maybe research,
Yeah, because he's a professor, so obviously he's gonna like research.
He wants the facts.
Yeah. I'm
That-
pretty sure he doesn't care about your emotions.
Yeah.
Exactly. So put credible sources in there. Try
If
to
he
see.
sees there's research in a laboratory somewhere or an institute where it shows how technology increases the learning of the students or something like that, or it makes them more interaction and like more interested, I think he'll definitely take that into strong consideration.
Yes. Yeah. Definitely. Anything with facts of science or whatever that's going to improve in the classroom, not just, oh, it's technology, it's just for games, or like you're going to lose your mind because you're watching TV all the time. But no, it's going to improve.
Yeah.
And kind of like comparative ads too, how that's kind of an appeal as well. If you compare a classroom with technology and students interacting with technology to a classroom where it's just a lecture and you just have to read out of a book, I think you'll find that the comparative odds are towards the technology and being interactive,
And honestly, today,
With the technology here, what's that? Like what?
Projectors, laptops, like stuff like that. And that's today's society,
I was just about to say that. Honestly, today, so much technology is used, and if you don't know how to use technology, then you're gonna be in trouble.
Exactly.
You
Yeah.
need to know how to
That's
use
a great point.
Yeah, it's a fast-growing era that we're in right now. Very, very.
In your
very
career you're going to go to, you're going to have to know how to use the technology to help your job out, or be more skilled.
fast. But I think
Another weapon in your arsenal.
definitely. But also, I think a way to persuade any type of professor would be to show the types of university that are implementing technology. So, example like Harvard or these big name schools, and then they'll be like, "Oh wow, they're using it and they're actually having an
It's a great
improvement."
example.
Yeah, I think that type of brand name kind of thing will really persuade any type of professor to think, "Hey, this is really working. Well, let's try it."
I think we're good.
All right.